is up, Browns fans? What a game this weekend. I want to break down a lot of what happened with Shedeur. I think we all kind of want to know, is this going to be our guy? Is he going to be the quarterback of the future? A lot of people have been calling his name, saying, hey, we need to see what we got here. He was projected to go first in the first round. He slid all the way down to the 5th round, I believe. So what do we really have with Shedeur? And look, I want to just look into some film. Again, I like to use the eye test to truly see what's going on with the guy. And in this situation, we are 3rd and 8. This is after he got his first down. He had a couple good completions to start off the game. If you guys watched my last video, I talked a lot about the offensive line. Okay. Now, I'm going to slow this down in slow-mo, and there's a reason why I'm in this end zone view. Is they're showing pressure. They're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7. And at most, we have 7, right? We have the 5 linemen, tight end, and running back to try to block 7. Now, what you're going to see here is most of them are going to fall out of this. So 1 falls out, 2 falls out, I believe. Yep, he backs out into coverage. They're doing a twist here, and everybody else is full steam ahead. And the problem is, I'm going to go back just a little bit here. Teller puts an arm out, Posick puts an arm out. Neither one blocks this guy. Okay? And it's up to Ford here to make this block. Now look, one thing I want you guys to realize here, if they're showing pressure, you got to make a really quick throw. Now he's looking off to the left here, and I'll show you guys the other view here in just a second. But if he can get to this read, this next read, Njoku's open. He can dump it off to Njoku. He's still open. He's still open. He's still open. And now we panic. So you got a guy here. This guy jumps up to block your throw, right? Shedeur was looking to throw it this way. And this defender jumps in the air to try to bat the ball down. Now Shedeur has to make a decision, right? And what ends up happening here is unfortunate because, again, he's still open. If he can just look and dump it off right here, there's a throwing lane. But unfortunately, he can't make anything of it, and he's gonna get sacked. And it's unfortunate because you have 2 receivers here that are really open. Njoku, can't tell who this is. This might be Isaiah Bond, maybe, coming across the middle. And Shedeur goes down, and actually he fumbles, and Wyatt Teller covers it up. So what happened on the play, though? Right? Did your line do its job? Not really. Again, they're going to disguise these coverages, show pressure, and fall out of it when you have a rookie quarterback, right? He's not used to seeing stuff like that in the NFL. And I'm going to say this is also Shedeur's first time with the starters, right? He said that in his press conference if you watched it. But this was his first set of snaps with the starters. So he's not used to this line. He's not used to these wide receivers. He talked a lot about like learning their mannerisms of when they turn their hips and stuff like that to read off the receivers. But ultimately, he's looking at this one read. Now let's look at what he's looking at here. He's going to be looking at the top of the screen, and again, we're going to want to slow it down a little bit so we have some time to watch. And let's see who comes open outside of Njoku. So he's looking, and look, he's out of time. Like, you almost have a free guy, 2 free guys coming at you already. But you have a guy in the throwing lane, right? So it's going to come with time, but you're going to have to look to get it to Njoku here really quick, or somehow get this ball out in the passing lane, right? And what I wish he did here, as soon as you see this guy jump, man, you're quick enough to get around this end, right? And now you have open field. And again, the unfortunate thing is, I talked in my last video, is it the receiver's fault? Is it the play calling? Well, no. I mean, you have 2 open receivers here that you could have thrown it to, given, if the play worked out. It didn't. He takes a sack. He fumbles the ball. Luckily, we recover, right? And we'll go to the next drive here. All right, so we're into the next drive. Didn't start well, right? We started with a run of no gain, and then we had an incomplete pass. And so he's in a 3rd and 10 situation, and a lot of you will remember if you watched the game. This is the interception. So let's kind of look at who was open, what the coverage looked like. But again, they're showing pressure, and it's kind of a known fact. When you have a rookie quarterback in there, putting in pressure, especially, he wasn't really prepped to be the starter this week. Show pressure, disrupt what they're trying to do, and make him make a very quick decision. And that's what they do here. He's forced to make a quick decision. But again, look, they showed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they had 2 fall out of it, but they're still rushing 5, right? So again, I mean, if you're Shedeur, you got to make a quick throw. And I'll say the line did a decent job at picking this up. The only thing that really got past them was this twist that they do. And so you kind of have a 4-on-4 here, but the 1 twists around. And Ford doesn't see this other guy coming around. Posick doesn't look back. So you have 3 blocking 1 guy. So that side of the line, again, the right side has tended to be the issue between Teller and Conklin. But they did an okay job at picking up a 5-man rush. And is anybody open here? Right? I don't see anybody outside of here, right? I mean, he's covered. And he makes the throw. He was hit as he threw. And I think that's ultimately what caused the interception, right? Let's take a look from his view. But ultimately, I think him getting hit as he threw the ball, is the reason for this interception. And look, there's hard lessons you learn in the NFL, right? Sometimes you have a little bit. Well, in college, you probably had a lot more time to throw. He's got to anticipate this throw that he's trying to make and throw it a lot earlier. But because he gets hit, it disrupts the pass, and that's a pick. Unfortunately, and look, I don't think we saw it in the other view, but was he open? Not really. He's trying to force a ball into what looks like double coverage, right? The safety's coming over to help. But either there's some miscommunication here, it could be that, or he was hit as he threw, and the ball came out awkwardly, I'll say, from what he wanted. So, unfortunately, you're going to have some picks as a rookie quarterback. You learn these lessons, and that's what's important. Can he learn the lessons and take it into next week against the Raiders? So we'll go into the next clip. I got a couple more I want to show you. All right. This is literally the next play that we get the ball back. Okay. Our defense makes a huge stop. I believe an interception. And so we get the ball immediately back. There was 2 back-to-back picks. Okay. We threw one. They threw one. If you remember this play, this is what PFF likes to call a turnover-worthy play, because this very well could have and should have been an interception. So in this case, they're not showing a blitz here. It's 1st and 10, so they're probably anticipating a run, just to be honest. We like to run the ball on 1st down. You can see the linebackers all kind of take a step forward. They're anticipating the run. It's play action, which I love. Now this guy misses his block. I can't quite... That's a wide receiver, it looks like? Yeah, I'm looking through my list of players here. It's not Njoku. Yeah, it's got to be a wide receiver. I can't quite tell. I think it's Tillman. And that's who he tries to force the ball to, unfortunately. So, again, let's play this through here. 41... that's Draymond Jones. And ultimately, Corley's kind of doing a good job. I don't know if he's supposed to be blocking, but he is. And we try to squeeze it in here. And look, does he have a lot of great options? No, but I think you could run the ball, right? Like, I'm assuming you're going to be faster than some of these guys. Luckily, he drops it. Again, I want to look at the end zone view here so you can kind of see what he sees. And unfortunately, again, this should have been a pick. There should have been 3 interceptions in a row here. Tillman, not a good block. It looks like Njoku's the main route because he doesn't even attempt to chip anybody. Same thing with Jerry Jeudy coming across the side here. Good block by Corley, honestly. And now that I'm looking at it from this angle, I don't know that you can run the ball here. Maybe you pump fake and then go, because I mean he's reading your eyes right now. At what point does he really start to stare this down? He's looking at him now. You can tell he's kind of thinking about Njoku, but he's looking at him right away, and he throws it. Actually, he kind of turns his head. Turns his head right there, and he sees it. He sees it the whole way. He jumps the route, and that's why he plays defense, because he can't make that kind of catch. But look, I mean, Jerry Jeudy does kind of come open there. Maybe you pump fake and go. Like there's, you got to be careful. You know, first you're kind of thrown across your body. You have a defender just sitting here reading your eyes, right? Not the greatest play by Shedeur, and again, he'll learn his lessons, right? But he's a rookie. It'll come with time. Let's look at one more play. Okay. I actually found 2 more that I want to show. Here's the first one. And look, it's been some ugly plays. I want to show a really good play by Shedeur here. So I'm going to go to the end zone view. This is... He just gets the ball, right, on the 35. You're down by 7. Down by 7. Good math. You're down by 7. You got to make a play, right? Okay, let's see what he does. You need the drive to win the game. Let me slow it down a little bit. There we go. And look, he's scanning the field, and he finds this guy, Harold Fannin, over the middle. He's pretty open. I want to look and see, you know, what reads were open here. Fannin's down here at the bottom. Let me slow it down a little bit as well, just to see. Oh, sorry. There we go. Just to see. Okay, you got some options here, man. Njoku, there's nobody within 5 yards. You got your dump down, which looks like Corley. Nobody within 5 yards. Again, they close pretty quick in the NFL, but you're getting some good yards there. You have one-on-one that you could possibly take. Streaming down. Again, do you want to risk that throw? I love the line though. I didn't talk about this yet. Look at the blocking here. He has a lot of time to throw. And you just have people winning their matchups. Batonio eventually allows a little bit of pressure. But, I mean, he held up for quite a while. Enough time for this route to develop, come open. And Harold Fannin makes a huge catch. 25 yards, flips the field. So now, you know, you're on the 40. You only need to go 40 yards. You got 2.5 minutes, a couple timeouts. Plenty of time to win the game. Could have been a huge moment for our rookie quarterback. Let's go to the last play. This one is a heartbreaker. All right, this is the play. This is the one that could have won the game, right? And I'll give our rookie quarterback some credit here from what he did. So let's slow it down. Okay, again, pretty good protection. He makes his read. He throws it deep, one-on-one coverage. To who else other than Larvadan, who's like your 4th wide receiver. But again, that's who he has playtime with, right? Larvadan's going to spend time on the second team with Shedeur as his quarterback. So, you know, that's who he has experience with. He throws it deep. And listen, this is just a fantastic play by the defender. Could it have been thrown better? A little bit. Yeah, definitely could have. The defender breaks it up at the end. The wide receiver almost pulls it out. That could have been the game. And listen, it would be a completely different conversation for our quarterback, right? For Shedeur. Everybody would say, oh, he's the savior in Cleveland, right? He's the guy that we needed. Why didn't we start him sooner? we didn't have a lot of those conversations because of this play. Again, I'm going to give you the end zone view here. Let's see if it zooms out far enough to see it. But ultimately, this is just a great play by the defense. I mean, I don't know if I can... Let me really slow it down here. He just has his arm right in the pocket, right in the breadbasket, still in there, and he rips it out. That's a great play by the defense. Could have been thrown a little bit better, yeah, I said that, but a great play by the defense. So I'm going to go into the next play here real quick, just so you guys, if you didn't watch, spoiler alert, here's what ends up happening. Hopefully you've seen the game, but here's my thoughts, okay? The Ravens, first off, this is a tough environment to get put into. Like, yeah, you're at home, but you weren't expected to be the starter. This is one of the best teams in the AFC North. Their record doesn't necessarily indicate it because of some of the injuries they've had, but their defense is tough. They throw a lot of things at Shedeur Sanders that, just to be honest, a rookie quarterback's going to struggle with, right? What I want to see, I want to see Shedeur have a full week of practice with the ones. I want to see him get the chance to game plan from the jump as the starter and see how he does. I'm excited for our offensive coordinator to change his style to match Shedeur. And ultimately, first off, the Raiders are not very good, given neither are we. But I think we could see a really good outing from Shedeur. So I'll leave it at that. I'm excited to see how this next game goes. I got another video coming up later this week. For those that have stuck around to watch, I appreciate it. Please subscribe. Trying to start this YouTube channel up, bring some really good content, some actual film breakdowns so you guys can see what's actually happening, more than just what's broadcasted on TV. So hang tight for the next video. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks.